When I first started, there were a lot of people in my corner supporting me, and there were another group of people that told me it would never work. And the one thing that I learned through this process is you have to keep your head down and stand on what you believe in and never take no for an answer. And that has been part of our success, that we are a very tenacious, innovative company.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.
I moved back after studying out in the Cleveland area, and I started working back up again at Mercy Health. And at the time that I was working, Northside Hospital actually closed. And when Northside Hospital closed, I found that we had an influx of those that needed urgent care come through the emergency department where I was working. And as a response to that, I felt like there weren't enough community outpatient walk-in clinics that can meet the needs of the community, so they were misutilizing or inappropriately using the emergency department for non-emergent things. That does a couple things. You have to wait longer, obviously, but it takes away from the emergency services for those that need emergent care. And it also doesn't give due diligence to those that might need primary care services that walk into the emergency department for things like refills. So in response to that, we opened our first urgent care clinic in Liberty, just a stone's throw away from where Northside stands, or stood at the time, where Stewart Health Northside stood. And after opening our first location, we found that the need wasn't just on the north side of Youngstown, but rather in many different areas within the valley, and we started opening urgent cares wherever we saw there was an equity or inequity of care that we needed to address.
What we're really looking at doing in the Cleveland-Akron area is expanding. We want to do the same thing that we did here in the Youngstown area, and that is create access to quick, quality care in the Cleveland-Akron area. We're working on opening up new locations, and we are looking to partner with local schools in the Cleveland-Akron region, like we are here in the Youngstown area, to start school-based clinics. The school-based clinics are great because when a child gets sick at school, they go to the school nurse. The school nurse typically sends them home. This is a great opportunity for parents to take advantage of an in-school service where they see one of our providers. We can write prescriptions, do treatment plans, and it's very convenient so that you no longer have to take time off work or out of your schedule to go to the pediatrician.
Something I'm actually very proud of when I reflect is that we have a completely female high administrative staff, from our director of marketing to our director of growth and development to our finance director and our human resources director. We have female staff, and incidentally, this wasn't because I decided one day I'm going to only hire women in these roles. We've historically had men in some of these roles, but because they were always the best candidates to hire. And looking back, when we talk about equity in the workplace, what I learned is that a lot of these women were never chosen as number one because they were women. And when we evaluate back on the history of our hiring and our growth and our innovation, it always comes back to my team that helped us grow. And my team has historically been, in the administrative realm, women. And I think there's something to speak for when it comes to that.
In healthcare, you'll find that it is very woman-dominated on the administrative side. I know I don't think I've ever worked for a healthcare facility, and I worked for quite a few in the past where it wasn't heavily, infiltrated with women. Because we are the doers and the thinkers, right? And typically the men are the innovators, the one who brings the big pictures to life. That is strictly my opinion, and just from what I've seen. But I think that at this age, right, at this age of maturity, and we have people who are young, we have people who are older, I think that we embrace and we really push for all employees at QuickMed to embrace each other's differences. We have minorities here. As you can see, I'm a double minority. I'm a woman and a black female. But we have all types of diversity here, and we embrace all of that. We're very family friendly. If there's ever a time where maybe my kid can't go to school because he's sick and I need to come in, I can bring him here. We understand that because we're women. How many times have you had a job that, maybe your kid got sick and you had to just call off? You know what I mean? Versus doing what you can do. I just think we're in different times now, given that it's a pandemic, given our roles as women in society. I think it's important to, not just take professional Amber when she's here, right? But you take all of me. And I think that that's what QuickMed does a great job of doing.
I've always been very tenacious. I don't take no for an answer, but I never imagined that I would have been able to scale a simple model to this extent in such a short amount of time. And I really put the bulk of the responsibility of the success on having a strong team and recognizing when it was time to expand my team. I think that, when I first started, there were a lot of people in my corner supporting me, and there were another group of people that told me it would never work. And the one thing that I learned through this process is you have to keep your head down and stand on what you believe in and never take no for an answer. And that has been part of our success, that we are a very tenacious, innovative company.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.